What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. In this video, we're actually going to speak about NFP data coming out on Friday. One of the biggest and most talked about things happening this month, right? Every month you get NFP, which basically shows us how many jobs are released throughout the previous month to this month, right? So it's going to be a super important video to keep your eyes on. We're going to actually look at gold first of all, because I want to speak about the two key levels that I'm watching out for gold, and we're going to do a deep dive into gold in terms of where my thinking price might actually go. So if you guys do like this video, make sure you slap up the like button and also comment and subscribe, because we're going to do a video every single day on this channel. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more updates. So basically, let's get straight into it. All right. And what's super important about NFP is, you know, it's releasing this Friday, and it's basically they're expecting a slowdown in US jobs, growth compared to recent months, right? So you can see the previous was, if we zoom in over here, let's zoom in. What I want to do is just zoom in over here so you guys can see, boom. All right, let's have a look. So you can see that the previous was 115K, and what they're forecasting is around about 85K. Okay. So what does this actually mean? It means that, you know, current forecasts are looking to be around about 85 to 95K new jobs, lower than April's 150K reading, which is 115K. The unemployment rate is expected to remain around about 4.3%. Okay, so if this were to happen, you know, how this could actually impact gold, right? Because we're speaking about gold now, and obviously I'll speak about gold more in depth in terms of key levels and our key longs or like key short zones. But in terms of gold for NFP, you know, gold has been struggling to reclaim resistance above this zone over here, around about 4,600, right? So trading below this zone over here is obviously not a good sign for gold, because we've been rejected from the zone multiple times. Okay, so as long as price remains below the area, I'm focusing more on the downside. So you can see I've got two levels over here, which is this most recent low over here, December 2025, and also this most recent low that was on 28th of May. Okay, so basically, the stronger the expected NFP number would likely strengthen the US dollar, right? It would reduce expectations for Fed rate cuts. It would put pressure on gold, and then it would also increase the chances of gold taking out the 4,367 low. Okay, so if that low breaks, the next major support is around about 4,274 that we've got on the chart right over here. Okay, so you can see it over there. So the weaker than expected NFP report could provide short-term relief rally, but bulls still need to reclaim the high resistance zones before the structure turns bullish again. Okay, so like my view is that gold is currently sitting at a weak structure. The market has failed to make higher highs and higher lows, and has continued to respect resistance. So going to NFP, I think that, you know, 4,367 low is at risk. Okay, I do think that we have potential even today, right? It's looking like we might even come down. We might just hold this level before we come down. And especially if job data comes in stronger than expected for the third month in a row. So if that were to happen, you know, we could see, you know, lower prices for gold. Okay, so for now, what I'm watching the key resistance at this zone over here, 4,600. Key supports is at 4,367, and then next downside target would be this. Okay, so Friday's NFP could be the catalyst that designs whether gold can hold supports or start the next leg lower, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens on an NFP. Obviously, data, this is going to be super important. So make sure you guys do keep an eye out for what's going to happen here. I think it's super critical going into this month, right? So when we look at the chart over here for gold, what can we see? Okay, so I've marked out key levels, and the reason why I've marked out this zone over here is because if you look at the chart, let's have a look over here. Right, if we look at this level here, what does this tell us? Right, it tells us rejections, right? So every time price comes into the zone, what happens? We reject to the downside. Come up into the zone, we reject to the downside. So every time we get that, price still gets rejected, right? So in order for gold to continue higher, price actually needs to close above the zone and start showing structure. Because right now, for the past couple of days, since April actually, price has been making lower lows and lower highs, right? Price can't break this previous high over here. We can't break these highs. We've broken structure to the downside multiple times. You know, this is just a retracement into continuation to the downside. Okay, so for me right now, The most obvious thing is that we're going to take out this low within the next couple of days. 3,667. Very, very strong level here for gold. I want to see price obviously take out this low first until we look for longs. Okay, so what I'm looking at is a potential SFP for the zone, around about this zone. We could look for like a double bottom, wait for a break of structure, and then look for continuations to the upside. But the problem is when you look for that, especially when the structure is so bearish, there's an opportunity that we might even take out this low over here, which is the multi-year low, right? So for me right now, it's super important to just be patient and wait to see what happens for the data. Because if you look at this on the 1 hour time frame right now, we've just broken this most recent low. And also if we can do something over here, we put the sessions break, so we just see previous day over here. What I want to do is I just want to see where the most volume has been traded and see if we've had rejected over there. So what I like to do is essentially I like to put the session breaks on because it shows you where the previous day open was and the previous day close. So we know that the previous day open was here, and the previous day close was here. So it will show you exactly, the key zones. Okay, so I like to get the volume profile, and I like to put it from, I'll go in the 5-minute time frame just to get the exact entry here. So I put it exactly over here, I drag it to the right over here, and then this will give me key zones that you want to be looking to short at. Because if you're looking for shorts, the high time frame is obviously bearish, right? So when you see point of control getting tapped like this multiple times, this is your key sell zone for intraday sells, right? So if you wanted to look for sells today, this is where you would look for, right? So if price were to come back up to this zone over here, or even to like NFP, this is where you want to be shorting, guys. You want to be shorting this level over here for gold, around about 4,800. Okay, stop loss up just above these highs over here, and this is what I'd be looking at for targets. Okay, so it's going to be super important. And then what I would also look for is potential bounces from these zones over here, right? And what's nice about that, you can also do this on TMT, right? You can add your assets. So for example, if I want to add gold XAU, sorry, you can add gold over here. You can do the quantity of, let's just say you have money in gold. You can actually purchase gold at certain prices. So let's just say I wanted to purchase gold at 4,300 in terms of spot, in terms to hold. You can actually do it. And then also with TMT, you can obviously trade gold I'm on a BitChinex account, but you can trade gold on BitChinex and most exchanges now. Pretty much every single crypto exchange has gold, and also NASDAQ and all these indices and all these other types of stocks. You can actually trade gold on there, and then you can, whilst doing that, you can also trade over. You can see the soul short that I took the other day was absolutely beautiful for Solana here. So but basically what I'm trying to say is that think about it, right? If you trade gold on like BitChinex, for example, you can actually track it on over here, and then you can also once you've tracked it, you can actually add strategies to it. You can also buy spot, buy bag tracker. So you must check the recent videos that we've posted on this channel to see all of these different dashboards. But you must check out TMT, guys. Very, very nice platform to track all of this stuff. So this is just a general update of my thoughts on gold this week. I do think that we can come back up here. Bang. We can come all the way back up over here, and then we look for sells. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. I do think that we're going to take out the low first before we see continuation to the upside. Regardless of the results in NFP, remember what happens. It's going to be a massive buy-sell event. Everyone wants to long, everyone wants to short, people get liquidated. So I do think that low is going to get taken out before we see continuation. So hope you guys have a good day. Make sure you guys check my trades. Link is in the description. And also subscribe and comment on what you guys expect is going to happen for NFP. Hope you guys have a great week, and peace out. See you in tomorrow's video. Bye.